Well, welcome back to the U.S. Bar Table Championships. It's the finals of the nine ball. Sheen Van Boning.
And James Arenas. Both players are over 800 Fargo rate. You know
So
what?
that means they're pretty good players, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they've hit a ball or two.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in here before the semifinal match, and James was practicing the lag, and he just lagged that and froze it to the top rail.
You see Sheen with the statistical advantage, according to Fargo rate.
James ran through his semifinal opponent, Jesse Engel, pretty quickly in hopes of a rematch here with Shane.
Their first match went pretty deep, didn't it?
It did. Shane won 9-7. The only break of serve, as you call it, would be the last game but James had lost the lag, and so Shane was going to be breaking hill.
Wow.
So with these two, that lag was pretty big, and it was pretty close. Well, he's kind of shallow. He's got to get all the way down here for the 3. He'll want to get that window between the 4 and the 9. Okay, he had the other angle. It's hard to see on the monitor.
Really can't hit it much better than that.
No. These were the two highest rated players in the 9-ball division. Going by the Fargo rate.
No, he's not wasting much time with this, is he?
No, both these guys kind of get on with it. He just kind of reminds me of a young puppy, you know. Go, come on, let me at him, let me at him.
Yeah. Well, if I could shoot like that, I'd be pretty eager to get to the table too.
And Shane is eager to just say, "Look, kid, you'll have your day, but it's not today." I'm not retiring just yet.
So he comes out and breaks and runs the first rack.
Did what he needed to do.
Absolutely.
There's no finals jitters.
Well, it's great to have you along. I'm Gennaro Vasquez, joined by Brett Baker in the booth, watching this great matchup between both of these amazing shooters.
Yeah, somebody had to commentate this match, so we stepped up and said, "All right, we'll do it."
It's kind of more like whoever pushed the next one out of the way.
All right.
At 2-ball, Shane's taking a good look at it.
Yeah, that means it's pretty close to.
As Johnny Archer, I've heard him say, it's touching but not frozen.
Yeah, these guys have a. It went. That's what he was down there checking to make sure. If there's a sliver,
Oh, he would know it for sure.
Yeah, he's going to play this 5 up in the corner, draw back, get off the side rail and down for the 6. Or just stun it over, leave a nice angle.
Comes around a little two-reeler to set himself up very nicely for the 8-ball.
One to one. Yeah, I noticed online Shane was getting a lot of grief from some people about not, because he's playing here instead of going to the World 9-ball Championships.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that was right after
Well,
Moscone Cup.
Yeah, it started 2 days. Shane said he would have been on a plane for 24 hours and arrived 3 hours before his first match. And he just said, nah, I can go across town. Uh-oh. That was not the break he wanted.
No, that's. I'd watched his earlier match, and that's really the first time he kind of.
Yeah, he had one, I think, towards the end of the last one. But this one, he just didn't seem to hit it with quite.
So he elects to go ahead and
He pushed
push out.
to a jump shot, which, well.
Shane's going to give it back. I think the challenging part is shape for the 2.
Okay, yeah. I'm like Shane's passing on a jump shot, but it's because the 2 is down here on this bottom rail.
Yeah, I mean, this will be quite a shot to be able to make that one and bring it all the way back.
Well, he rattled it, and he would not have.
Well, he can make that 1-ball, yep.
Yeah, he's got a nice clear path to the 1, the 2 sitting right there. Everything's kind of bunched up, though.
Shane kind of pursing his lips, but you have to imagine he's also licking his chops at the same time.
He's glad to be at the table with him.
Absolutely.
He's going to have to break James's serve once to win this set. And this
Can't
is an
really tell
opportunity.
if that 3-ball goes all the way down or not. He's looking at it really close. Looks like he might be able to.
We can't tell, but I guarantee you Shane knows, and it does.
Well, I'm going to guess it does.
It does with Shane hitting it.
Just a little
He's
hard to tell.
Probably shooting at a half a pocket from 6.5 feet away. Nicely done. James will have to beat Shane 2 sets to win this championship. It's a true double elimination format.
And you can pretty much bet Shane just wants to end her all right.
Well, yeah,
set.
he's got 8-ball matches he's got to play. Both these guys
Get this pesky 9-ball championship out of the way and
get on
play
with the 8-ball.
8-ball. Yeah.
Well, I know Shane would really wants to win this match because that will put him clearly in the lead for the all-around.
That's right. There is an all-around bonus. And
yeah,
so
he finished second to Skylar Woodward in the 10-ball. But Skylar went out, I believe, 7th and 8th in the 9-ball.
that sounds about right.
All right, Shane gets out and takes a 2-1 lead. Race to 9, and he will have the break. I think you're going to see those percentages change during. Yep, 70 to.
Well, that was he breaks and Arenas breaks, gets hooked, does the push out, and Shane gives it back to him. But when he jumped at the ball, it just come all the way back down the table and set up.
Yep. So tough to push out to a shot that
Yeah,
you can
what?
handle that you, the best player in the world can't.
Well, what shot do you leave Shane Van Boden?
That's yeah. I mean, you're almost better just going for it.
I have to say, I really
Hold on
like
to
that.
ball, okay.
Really like that Team USA shirt. That's my favorite. I think incarnation of
The
the Mosconi Cup.
the black and
Yeah.
I think it's pretty sharp looking.
He was wearing kind of a reddish one the other day. Also very nice, of course. But we don't want to talk about the Mosconi Cup.
Oh, it's. Let's not put too much. It's an exhibition. That people really, really, really get excited about. Well, this 3 is laying a little funny.
Yeah, you might have to end up playing a combo here.
He's got an angle to go into it if he wants to. He could bump that 9. I think he actually was hoping to brush the 9, make the combo a little easier, just by his reaction.
Yeah, it was definitely plan A. Did not work out that time.
I think he may be looking at it.
Oh, he can maybe carry him it off the 4. There's a prediction. Maybe he carries it off the 6. Let's find out what he does here. Oh.
Well, the 7 and got safe.
Yeah, he was right. He tried it off the 6.
James like, well, I finally get a shot on Shane's
It's not
break.
exactly like he sold out here, so it's...
No. He's not too worried. James like, Shane takes a flyer and this is what I get left.
That's just not fair. I don't know, that 3-4, I can't tell how set up it is for the other corner pocket. It's pretty close, but it apparently wasn't close enough.
Away. That was a nice kick right there.
Well, he has a piece of it, so not frozen, I'm guessing.
Well, I see Shane thinning the left side of that 3 ball and coming around behind the 5.
I concur.
And he thins balls
How could you
well.
How is it even possible to thin it that much? The ball
That
barely
ball just
wiggled.
rocked. Yeah.
It did.
Well, and you see other guys, top players, trying to thin balls like that, and they'll miss the entire ball.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen Shane do that.
Well, it's a little touchy here. You can come off the rail, try not to catch any of that 4 ball. Ooh.
That's no rail.
Yeah, he went
He went
rail,
rail
first.
first. Shane was right there to let him know.
And he didn't even balk at it. He knew right away that it
Yeah,
was.
he knew he didn't. Yeah, Shane's safeties were not to keep James from being able to hit the ball, but to make it almost impossible for him to return a safety. It's like,
Well, just trying to play, you know, little touch safeties is probably not really what your preferred shot is.
yeah.
You know, against Shane in the finals here.
All right, Shane comes up 3-1.
Now, 78% probability, according to Fargo Rate. And Shane in the driver's seat. So he's trying to end it all in one set. But the young man racking has other ideas, I believe.
Corner ball in, and the 6 comes around and hooks him.
Again.
He needs to draw that cue ball out just a little bit. You know, he's keeping everything down at this bottom end, but he's not getting the cue ball away from trouble.
Yeah, that 6 ball keeps coming off the side rail and just coming right
It's experience, you know.
back out. Well, it didn't
James
work.
coming from the Philippines hasn't really
Yeah.
played on bar tables, you know. And
Well, last time we saw he played a somewhat similar push out, leaving a jump shot. Shane passed it up. But this time, I think because the 3 is
yeah,
fairly
the only
accessible.
reason Shane passed that other one up was because of shape
Well, the
on
2 ball
two.
was all the way down in
Yeah.
the middle of that bottom rail.
Because even I said, whoa, Shane's going to pass a jump shot. And then I saw where that 2 was.
Yeah, that
I'm
was.
surprised he's going with such a high jump here.
Yeah, not sure why he did that.
He had some distance there. I thought he might go with the little longer version of that cue, but well, he missed the jump, but all James has to start with is a long off-angle combination.
Yeah, that's all. It's a makeable combo. It's
Yeah, but you got to worry about where the one's going to go.
it's true.
And he missed it.
Well, left the 3 ball right up next to the 9.
Yeah.
But there's a breakout shot here. You
There's
use a lot of reverse and cut this ball in. Cue ball come back and knock out that 3. Ooh.
He missed the 1. He was a little too focused on the 3.
The breakout, yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't really.
It was not an easy
You
cut
had
either.
to really load up on English, to get
Yeah,
that ball to spin
and that
back
was a tough
off of there
cut.
and hit it hard, all of which made it so much tougher.
Yeah, it wasn't like he just dogged an easy shot or anything.
Right, you get the tip kind of deflecting, the cue ball deflecting, and you load it up with that much English and the speed.
James looks like he's going to have to go 1 rail. And that 1 is sitting kind of high. Well, maybe he can get at it from this way.
He's gonna try to spin at it, I think.
Wow.
Which he
And,
did, but oh.
well, he can hit the 3. I don't know if the combination is on here or not.
It kind of looks like it. I'm looking out the window. It does look like there is a combination that could be there. But
he played the safety.
yeah, I think the reason why is because if you hit that, the three ball's going back up table.
Right. Yep.
Oh, the old behind the back.
Shane's going to shoot it like a Filipino.
The old behind the back routine. Yeah.
Oh, Mary, you just missed your photo opportunity there. Standing there with the cue behind his back, posing.
After a moment, he thinks better of it.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
He missed it. Wow. See him miss a kick like that too often.
I think he was trying to hit just a piece of it, so then that way the cue ball would kind of skirt up behind the other balls. Oh, he would love to be able to get this game and get right back in it. Shane will be breaking next.
Well, yeah, James has to win on his break right now to stay within striking distance.
Well, and he does just that. Gets the game, makes it 3-2.
Rick Jones and I were talking yesterday. Who is the most pressure on in this situation where you're trailing by one game and alternating breaks? And I think it goes, the pressure was on James to win that break and stay within one game. Now the pressure is all on Shane to keep this break a serve. It's whoever's breaking, the pressure's all there.
Yeah, you would think so, because they're really.
Shane
How important is it to
drew that
break and
cue
run?
ball out of Treble's way there just a little bit,
When they break that, when they do that break just right, that 9 ball just doesn't even move.
On a tight rack, it's not supposed to move.
Right.
Unless it gets kissed. That's why people can say what they want about the Magic rack. I like the fact that it gives both players a tight rack.
How much better could he hit that break, though? Wow, that was pretty nice. A little more angle in that 4 ball, I think, than he would really like.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a little bit harder to hold it for the 5.
Okay, though. He's not real happy, but he's okay.
I'm just saying, if he had his druthers, I think he would much rather be straighter.
Just means he has a little tougher shot on a 5 now, but he hits this good, gets on about center table for the 6, and he'll be good.
This is a tough crowd. You're rated over 800, and you're still a Shane's a 2-1 favorite, being up one game in the match.
Yeah.
How good did he hit that one? Wow, it's very nicely. Even kind of pushed the 7 ball up toward the side pocket. And well, he'll have to shoot around the 9 ball. And just like that, Shane goes back up by 2.
Yeah, and that 801 Fargo rate puts him just outside the top 10 in the world of Fargo. In Fargo.
You're somewhere around 799, 798 now, right?
Me? From the booth.
I can only guess who the top players are. I mean,
Shane's number 1 with his 819. And then it's Jason Shaw and then Cha Ching Wu. And for several years, Cha Ching Wu has been the number 1 player. Shane Shane and Jason both overtook him this year.
and there's the 6 ball again.
Yeah, see, he's not getting that cue ball out of there. If that cue ball was, at the side pockets or a little
This time
higher.
the 2 balls stood, and again, the 2 balls kind of up on the opposite side of the 1 ball.
Yeah, no, he's putting the 2 in the back of the rack, but it's getting
It's not coming back out. It's
right.
just kind of
It's getting hit or
yeah, it's getting sort of trapped up there. I think on the top rail.
yeah.
Well,
I got a feeling
both
he's
other times
learning.
he's pushed out here.
Yeah. He's going to push out to a jump shot. He's going to get to shoot, I think. Yeah, I can't even believe Shane's getting out of his chair.
I think he wants to come
And
look
bringing
at
his
it.
and he's bringing his jump cue to the table.
Well, the 2-5 combination. I mean, it's not. I mean, I don't think it's anybody's favorite shot from from down there, but you never know. He might not want to give it up either.
Yeah, he did. He's like, oh, yeah, go ahead.
Well, this time the 1 ball's sitting just a hair better to be able to try to get down here if that's what he wants to do.
Is.
Last time it was sitting a little bit kind of off center and on the wrong side of off center.
It's one of those situations. It's back quite a ways. I was surprised Shane had the really short jump cue in. Okay, he missed.
Oh, you don't want to break it all
What's
out.
he gonna leave?
Doesn't want to break it all out. You know, you
Well,
get a little fortunate there, whereas the 1 ball is in a tough spot.
Shane's gonna have a free bank here.
Well, maybe the free bank and Karam at the same time.
Yeah, he could bank the 1 and leave the cue ball over there, behind all that mess of balls if he missed. But
Be fun to watch Shane just splash balls once. Let's get them all moving and see what happens. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
yeah, no. Looks like he's gonna play safe.
I think he's thinking about a lot of different things here. Maybe can't quite 100% decide yet.
Just freeze it
That
to the floor.
that might
Worked
work.
pretty good right there.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. Can he get around the edge of the 4 to play it off the top? Oh, I don't know. He's got to spin the heck out of this ball.
He's only got like
Yeah, he's
sliver
got
of
to
air. I mean,
almost massing
Shane
it just to be able to come off the rail.
Yeah, Shane just bumped the 4 so gently.
Might even have to shoot this 2 rails off the long rail to the short rail at the top and into the 1.
It's the way I would be looking, but
Well, it's the finals of the 9-ball. Shane Van Boning in the driver's seat, trying to close out the championship.
and he's in the driver's seat of this match right now. He knows that if he can somehow get this game, he's breaking in the next one.
Oh,
He
that was
will
a nice
take-
hit there.
That was great.
And gets a nice little shape out of it, too. At least
That was
Shane
very
can't
well done.
pocket it relatively easily.
Shane says, I got a hit right here. Can I?
Well, if anyone can, you would think he can.
Well, it's the 7 is
Matter of, right.
The 7 is sticking out a little further than he would like it.
Well, you have to think he's going to get a hit here.
Yeah, it's not the hit that he's concerned with. I think it's what is he going to leave?
And I don't think that's what he was hoping to leave.
Yeah, that's what he was trying not. He was trying to. Can I stay behind the 4? And he just couldn't do it.
Well, this is a nice opportunity for him to hold his break and
Well, yeah, James had to have a. And it was that 2-rail kick that just. Shane had him in jail, and he reversed it on him. Now, if James is somehow to lose this game, I just don't see any chance of him coming back.
yeah, it would definitely make things much more difficult for sure. Well, he's got a nice angle to be able to go into the obstructed balls there.
Dennis Arcola was an interested spectator in this match.
Don't tie it up. I think he's clear here. Shoot the 5-ball, kind of nip it over. 4-ball, nip it over for the 5. Well, that's a funny angle.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay, but he definitely wanted.
Well, he's going to have to come around 3,
didn't
4
wanna-
rails now.
He didn't want to bump into.
He's going to have to come around 3 or 4 rails. He's on the wrong side of that ball.
Missed it.
Yeah, but he got behind the 9-ball.
Yes, he did.
Shane goes, really?
Shane-
He has a
Shane's-
very disapproving look on his face.
Yeah,
as
but
far as the lead.
he's happy to be at the table.
For sure. That ball being so close, well, I guess it's off the rail a little bit, but
Yeah, he's gonna look and go top rail, side rail, make that 6.
for sure.
I mean,
The key to that shot would be to make sure to hit it the right speed so that the cue ball then doesn't drift into the 7-ball,
Right.
because that's a very possible scenario.
I mean, this is do or die shot right here, but it didn't. When
Well, it's in a
James was
good
shooting the
spot to
5,
do it.
he didn't, he didn't expect James to run into the 6 and
Yeah.
give him another chance.
Well, when he shot the 5 ball, he had to use kind of some reverse English to spin it out of there because it was a natural angle would have taken it into the 7, and he wanted to clear it out, and it just come down too far.
Here we go. This will be a phenomenal shot if he pulls it off. Well, he got the hit. He hasn't. I don't think he's left anything real easy.
No.
It's.
You would have to think that of all the different ways for him to come back up, where he can't clearly make the ball, he's just happy that, he has a nice clear shot at it.
And he's got the cue ball kind of close to the rail there, so it takes away some.
Is he going to try to shoot the 6 ball, kind of cut it down table and leave the cue ball behind the 7, kind of tied up behind the 9 and 7?
He's kind of looking at maybe just shooting the combination. Boy, that's tough into the side.
Or cutting it all the way down.
Yeah.
Which is also a tough shot. I mean, he could cut that 6 ball over to what is our lower right corner, but then you really send that cue ball flying to do that. Yeah, that's what he does.
He chose.
And he's going to come up.
Hit the 9 and hooked himself.
Wow. Well, I think he can hit the edge of it, so he can probably bring the cue ball, someplace where
he'll thin that
relatively
7.
safe.
He'll thin that 7 and leave the cue ball.
I think might try to cut it kind of a little bit behind the 9 as much as possible.
Yeah, and then
that was a nice shot. He did that really well.
And all Shane needs is the edge of that 7, which he has.
Well, we've seen how thin he can hit it.
He's going to do the same thing.
They left him a piece of the 7, but
got him up on the top rails.
Getting a little harder now because the balls are more separated, and it's a much longer. He's got to shoot off the rail, from all the way down. That's tough. If he can come up with a good shot here, that would really be.
Yeah, if you're watching
phenomenal.
This and you're trying to improve your game, freezing him to that top rail makes this safety much more difficult.
Well, he can't really add too much juice to it, and he has to sort of elevate just a little bit.
Yeah.
This is a tough spot.
Well, it's tough to thin a ball from 7 feet away.
On the rail.
He left Shane at about the side pocket. Shane put him all the way up table. He's looking at, trying to kick this in.
That is no short order.
He's got Shane out of his chair, an interested spectator, and he scratched. And
that's.
That's.
You would think that'd be pretty much all she wrote for that rack.
Shane is ecstatic now.
And that's going to leave a mark.
This makes it 5-2, and it's Shane's break. He's in full control of this match.
Absolutely.
Right
now. And being in the driver's seat, all he has to do is finish off this set, and he's the champion for the 9 ball.
It's not over, but
87% probability now that he's going to win this match according to Fargo rate.
get out of there, 6-ball.
That 6-ball just wants to be pesky, doesn't it?
He's okay.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine.
Well, this 4 is laying kind of. Shane's looking at where can I make it.
Yeah, I don't think it passes the 8-ball.
Well, he got down a little low, so
Kind of force it. Can he force it forward? Yeah, that's kind of what he did. Just sort of forced it forward.
I think he's just fine right there. That's
Yeah.
exactly where he wanted to get. That's a tough shot right there, too.
It was.
I mean, to
Well, he sure makes it look easy, though. That's the thing.
try that shot sometimes.
Yeah, he sure made it look easy.
That's a shot a lot of pro players don't have in their repertoire. Where you can hit a ball at that speed and it just goes forward, about 3 feet and holds up.
Well, the way it started out, they both broke and ran their first break, and
And now Shane holds his serve and it's up 6-2.
not impossible, but starting to look like a tall order here to
Yeah.
try to climb back into this one.
Well, yeah, there you go. It's now 94%. Kind of knew if Shane held that one. And Fargo rate doesn't take into account who's breaking or anything like that. Ooh. 6-ball rattled. That makes that a dry break.
2-ball sitting kind of funny. Looking right down at, can't really tell if it goes or not. We'll find out in a minute. Shane's been over and looked at it too.
Yeah. Well, he's on as good as he could get.
Even the 3-ball's sitting a little funny.
I think we may see a safety here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Ugh.
And a very good one. Although I think,
Well,
I don't know if he can go under that 7 and get the 2 or not. But
I mean, I think he can, but it's
that corner pocket becomes big, and where are you going to hide him? I mean, you're going to give him a shot.
yeah, he would be. I think he's going to be very fortunate here to find a way to not scratch.
Yeah, he fouled and scratched. He couldn't get by that 7-ball.
He would have. I think he would really have had to compress the rail there. and
Yeah,
hit it
looks like
much
Shane's
harder.
just going to shoot a 2-9 combination here. Ball in hand. And I venture to guess this cue ball end up behind the 8-3. Just in case. Yeah, stuck to the 8 with a 2-ball up table. I mean, there was. There's
It didn't really
always
feel like there was any chance he was going to miss that, did it? It just seemed
No.
like there was.
he knew, but he also Doesn't take any. I mean, he throws the cue ball to the 8 there because he knew the 2 ball was going up table.
Well, now a 98% probability of winning the match according to
Well,
Fargo rates.
7-2, and he's breaking. This is, yeah.
You know,
Shane's,
I'm going to go out
Shane's
on a
already
limb here.
depositing the check.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say if he wins the next game, it'll be a 99% chance to win
yeah,
the match.
yeah. If he breaks and gets out here,
He's got his break just about perfect now. It's speed is he's so consistent with it.
and then in the 8 ball, it's a totally different break, but. It's like a victory lap here.
It feels that way, doesn't
Shane's
it?
in practice mode.
Yeah, it almost does feel that way. Like it's just almost a foregone conclusion he's out here.
Well, you watch Shane practice, and this is exactly the tempo he plays at. Yeah,
Might as
there it goes.
might as well just make the
There you
9 ball
go.
now.
8-2, and James is not feeling real.
Well, I mean, I think you can really kind
He'd
of
envisioned
in
this
some
set going a
ways.
lot differently.
In some ways, you can sort of boil it down maybe to the break. You know, there were a couple of breaks where James
it
broke,
was, yeah.
and you know he had the ball come
Yeah.
off the side rail and tie up the cue ball off the break, and
He just is not getting that cue ball. James doesn't know the break on this table near like Shane does, but he's learning. You know, he doesn't know the bar table game quite like Shane does.
well, the 6 ball got out of the way this time.
Well, he's got the 1 up in the top. Yeah, he knows that this is over.
The chances are looking pretty
All right,
slim
here you go. You bank this in. And Shane says, okay. I'll practice a little bank pool for Derby City.
Yeah. And it's lined up perfect. Pretty much all he has to do is pocket the ball for the 3
Well,
ball. The 3 to the 4 is a little weird, but
The 2 is laying kind of. The 7 has that side pocket
has a-
partially blocked.
about a half a pocket there, I think. Maybe.
I think he's going to go to the. Wow. He barely had an effort.
So I think
At a
he's going to have
speed.
to
He
kind
could
of
not have
nudge
hit
the
that any
4 ball
harder.
sort of over toward the other corner here. Or all the way out.
Look at that. Well, this is the shot here. He's got to make this 4 and get all the way back down here for the 6.
Oh.
And he rattled the 4. Whoa, no,
Oh.
it fell. And he's got there. Whew. Wow. What an exhibition of pool this has been.
Yeah,
Shane came out and put on a clinic.
You think the guy who plays him next in 8 ball is looking at this and going, I got to play that guy?
Pretty much everybody knows who he is.
And there it is, your 9 ball champion, Shane Van Boning.
Yep, 2018 U.S. Bar Table 9-ball champion.
Thanks for joining us. We'll have 8 ball action coming up for you.
Yeah, for the rest of the day, it'll be 8 ball. So thanks for joining us, folks.